I'm Julie with IdeateTV, and we're speaking with Chris and how he got involved in Romans Road for the Deaf. Hi, Chris. How are you doing? Hello. I'm doing wonderfully. And how are you doing? Not too bad. Okay, so far for a first time. Okay. So how did you, what is, first, let me back up. First is, what is Romans Road for the Deaf? So we sign RD for Romans Road for the Deaf. And it was established by a gentleman who's deaf, who goes by the name of Brian Palumbo. And this is his name sign. And he founded this about 11 years ago. And his reasoning behind it was he was inspired and wanted to see more deaf at the DeafNation Expo. And he wanted to educate more people about Jesus in their life. And so he garnered money and donations from different churches. And his sole purpose is that he wants the deaf community to be aware and know the meaning behind their Savior, Jesus Christ. And so that's how they founded the company. And so that's why they founded this organization. That's beautiful. I had no idea. It's wonderful to learn about that. So now how did Brad Palumbo get you involved? Or how did you get involved? Okay, so in 2007 and 2008, this organization hadn't been established. And I was attending a deaf Bible college, which I'd done for 8 years. And I was vice president there. And then it just happened that there was a college booth and they were advertising and recruiting. Now, I'd been visiting everyone and I'd been studying all the Gospels, but some of my studies had been lost because I moved. So I was really depressed. I really missed being involved in the deaf world and deaf ministry. So when I came across this, it was just a saving event. Brad contacted me and said that, do you want to come to Las Vegas? It was about maybe 6 years ago. And I joined and I was like, oh my goodness, wow, this is amazing. 4 straight days of teaching people, of being inspired, of educating people, of bringing many people to know their Savior. It was thrilling and I couldn't get enough of it. This is now my 3rd year with this organization and I tour America with Brad, attending DeafNation events and educating the deaf about Christ. That's amazing. I'm really inspired to see someone that really so thrilled and that it really means so much to you. And I can tell. My last question would be, you said that you tour the US and I was wondering if last year, how many different events or states were you able to visit in total? And did you have a favorite one? I want to say 9 different states last year is what we were able to get to, if I'm remembering correctly. And I want to say the 2 favorite visits I had were here. And let me give you the reasoning behind that. I have the most beautiful memory. We were at a booth over on the far side, and there was a high school teenager, and they were learning American Sign Language. There was about 5, and they came over, and they were just kind of surrounding, and they saw Brad explaining and doing a demo that we use these cloths for. And he was explaining about, your sin. And Brad says, what does this represent? The red represents the blood of Christ. What does the white? It represents the grace. And it was amazing. Brad started with those and then a whole swarm of people came up and he was just enveloped by people. And I loved it. That was a beautiful memory. And my other favorite memory was in Oregon. Oh my goodness. Just amazing. The influx of people. I got to say that state was my best experience and I really enjoyed it. If people are wanting more information, how can they get in touch with Road for the Deaf? So we are on Facebook. And if you do that, you can just say RD and you click that link and you can sign up to join. And there's also other things there about the history of Romans Road, plus, what's going on, how you can get in touch with us. And I would say Facebook is the best way to reach out to us. We do have like Instagram and the internet, but we need somebody to more professionally fix up and have a more active website. So I don't know if there's anyone out there who's good with tech that could reach out to Brad and could help set that up, a website for us. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Chris. I've really learned a lot about your organization, and it's a really beautiful thing. And I'm really happy that I got to meet you and talk with you. I've seen you at different events, but I never knew about your organization or who you were, and now I do. So make sure to visit him on your next trip to a DeafNation event.